Jessica.
Hey. How can you help me?
Hmm?
How can you help me?
Every day, the average European feels bad. Because there's so much crap in everything we eat. Our goal is to automatically deliver information to the consumer about their nutrition, making them lead a better and healthier life. Every day, everywhere.
But that is not what I want to say.
No. Did you see? Everybody was listening.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. You want to say, what is your what?
Okay. I want to say, actually, you will say, actually, the fat in this pear and in this beer is the same. It's both zero. So by using our services, you can know the fact.
Would someone, do we consumers know the fact?
Maybe not.
I'm pointing out the first question, who? The reason why this who was here, what was the, thank you, she was the clever girl. She had a very clever answer, but the answer wasn't wrong, but it was a difficult answer. The average Joe, the average consumer, is very, very stupid, and stubborn, and slow. Okay? Anybody who tells you that customers and consumers themselves are intelligent and, you know, agile and clever and do things, you know, look for revolutionary products. Nobody wants a revolution. Nobody wants to know whether the fat is good or bad, because everybody eats crappy things. But what I would like you to sort of like think about, me as a consumer, I'm buying goods for thousands of euros every year for my family. I would like to have there's these sausages and something. I go to this product, it's green. I go to this product, it's yellow. I go to this product, it's red. Traffic lights. About food. Because that's something that the consumer, because you're telling, you need to find who is paying, who will be using that service. If the average Joe is the consumer, then you have to make it understandable for the average Joe to sort of like, this is a product I could use. Yes, that's good. Okay? Start with who don't believe that the customers are intelligent, they're stupid, and lazy. Okay? There are 4 levels, 4 types of there's data, okay? Then data becomes information. Information becomes knowledge. And knowledge becomes wisdom. Okay? This is the pyramid of IT. Whatever you're talking about is data. Nobody buys data. Because there's one layer on top of wisdom. There's Maslow's, you know, Maslow here, whatever it's called, the crap is called in English, you know. There was this Maslow kind of guy who said the dogs do this and dogs do that. Emotion. You're talking about data, but the purchasing power lies in emotions or wisdom. Either one. Okay? So when you're designing your product, from this, trying to remember the sales and marketing, this crap that we're doing here, is from this data, this is what the CRM modules gather. It will be data, and it could be transformed through these beautiful programming coding things into information. But knowledge is experience, human experience. or artificial intelligence. I haven't seen that yet. That becomes wisdom and the feeling. The startup guy, you guys who run startups, it's a feeling based on data. And your job, the business process, the process of this interaction, Summer of Startups, should be about getting these two on a personal level and company level to meet. Okay? Do you understand what I'm saying? This is difficult. This is the most difficult concept in building a business because it ties the human, the animal world with the digital world. Okay? If you can somehow administer this and bring these emotions and wisdoms into these one-liners that we are now going to do with you, technician. Come here. What I've understood from the product is that you have this...
we have a new kind of sales toolkit that enables you to get effective results quickly and easily. We're focusing, he's a technician, remember, he's a good guy. We're focusing on this data and information thing here. Your marketing team isn't here. You have to get them to be here and sort of like get them to understand this. Okay? Now you, guy who can take shit, come here.
I am declaring war. I'm declaring war at Salesforce, Chatter, and Yammer. Why? Because they are bad guys. They are evil. Why? They are ripping you off. You pay all too much money and you can't even change the code. But I have good news for you. We have an alternative.
Hey! Wow! He was addressing he remembered something from what I said. There's always a good guy and there's a bad guy. There's always a good guy and there's always a bad guy. And the people, there's no bad person on the planet who says, I want to be evil. Even the drug lords in Mexico who cause people to die every day, they declare themselves good people. Well, they just have a different set of rules, but that's okay. Excellent. Now here's a guy who shows that you come here from TKK or Aaltoes, Helsinki University. Oh shit. I was just about to say this is probably the first engineer student in Finland who's ever has shown any talent towards evangelism. Shit. What should I do with you? Guys, with the wall. Okay. Jungle into my home, all these insects. No. Hi. Our dope wall product enables mass production at every home at a low cost.
We bring a spectacular rainforest to your home, and
what's a rainforest in there?
We have a solution, not to destroy the rainforest, but get your own piece of rainforest in your home.
We make the environment alive. We bring, emotions. Rainforest emotions. Go to Google and say rainforest, or in Finnish, if your target market, like going back to who, you should go to Nielsen. Who is Nielsen? Anybody know who is Nielsen? The company Nielsen. Consumer market intelligence company. They gather information about why do you buy this, why do you sell this, why do you do that, why do you do this, and blah, blah, blah. What Nielsen has is a humongous database about what people, for example, in southern Espoo, in this zip code area, with this much money, where do they spend their Saturday mornings? You guys have to go to Nielsen or somewhere else, internet information, to the vast information highway of internet, go there and see who would be our target group, who? And see the values. Search for values, the emotions and the wisdom that peer group possesses. And then dissect into that group, okay? For example, it could be that wealthy individuals who would have 25,000 euros to spend on a
freaking wall somewhere that they would like to say, you can save the planet by saving all these Hibbercusus assascuscus plants on the planet because we will be putting one of the last one survivors into this wall. It will only cost you 250,000 euros. That, like, this is the most exclusive thing that I've ever done, okay? Guys, get back. Then there's the SMS service. No, should we? No, you're the third guy. Is he the sales guy?
More or less.
No papers, no notes. Hi, my name is Aape.
Hi, my name is Tommy.
Tommy. Good to meet you. So, who are your customers?
We know that everyone forgets things.
Don't presume. Customers, stupid, morons, okay? They are sitting there waiting for you to tell them what, okay? Don't put your hands to the hips, okay?
We are the Remember Company. We offer the best new remembering service that allows you to make remembering as easy and fun as possible.
And then the actual value prop, you'll never get any shit from anybody anymore because you've forgotten something. Okay? That's good. Are you an engineer?
Yes.
Oh, decent. Okay, yeah, good. That was a good one. Stop shaking and doing that, you know. Video yourself, find the confidence, go to, you need to, hey, who runs this program? Who runs this program? Get a couple of actors. Get a couple of actors here to teach you how to present being afraid, being shy, being happy, being outraged. Get actors here because you have to. We're picking up women. Or men, if you prefer men. You know, I don't know and I don't care. Okay, thank you. You can go back to your place. Remember company. It's pretty good. Do you have any stocks you could sell? Remember company. Don't come. Remember? CRM, sales. War. That was good. Deep emotions. Scared. Now, let me try this. I suck at this, I'm bad. I'm trying my very best, okay? Every herd of animals has a set of rules. Every change, every revolution consists of small steps. If you know the steps, you know where the road leads to. We are the company that find out the steps your users are taking. We show your business the road that your consumers walk. Okay?
Yeah. Nowadays, social gaming is becoming a most popular activity.
I told you social gaming crap. Okay. Larger. No.
Okay.
Google. National Health Services, UK. The biggest ICT and IT spender on the planet, okay? £6 billion a year. Get lost just because people forget to go to the doctor when they had the doctor's appointment. £6 billion. If you would go to National Health Services and say, I have the solution of, predicting how your consumers would behave, the National Health Services would say, thank you, here's the money, install. Okay? National Health Services instead of social gaming, because social gaming is actually a replication of our human society. So why not take the rules that you have in social gaming, that being the reflection of the society, taking those rules into the real society and have a real impact, okay? Just
Real impact.
yes, real impact.
Hello.
Like saving lives, instead of saving hit point zero situations in social gaming.
So you mean we changed the social gaming to some other stuff too?
So everything.
Everything.
Everything. Okay? You have to be big. You have to be big. The moment you start your startups, if you say, I focus on, no, go back.
Okay.
I like that company. I want to buy shares in that company too. Because they can take any large mass of users and predict and tell me how those consumers, what they do, how they do, and where they go. That is a good thing. So you're the group wisdom. You transform data from using services, you transform that into wisdom through my knowledge. That's good. And what was your product?
Renewable energy needs for emerging markets. The energy.
You were giving me information about the product, okay? What was the emotion or the wisdom bit in me that bought your service? You gave an excellent 30 seconds. I want from you 3 seconds. With 1 second break to start with. Okay?
Yeah, we have the best energy that we bring solution to.
Good. That's good. Yeah. I know. I bought his product. What's your product?
That's it. Service, access, everywhere.
There's this problem. There's this challenge. In every startup, there's the every startup there should be superstars. Every startup guy who's employed by a startup, who is a founder or co-founder of a startup, but you. Yeah. You're the superstar of your life. You're the fucking hero. You, in your mind, Superman is nothing in comparison to you, okay? He's good. He's the best. He's the best there is. You should all be the best you are, you know. Remembering that, the coder, where did the coder? The coder went there. Is he the sales guy?
Yeah.
You a sales guy, come here. What do you hear? We need to hear. You have put your friend and co-founder hero partner into a difficult position.
Why is that?
He's been getting shit all morning.
Why?
Because he doesn't know crap. He couldn't explain what the product is and who you're selling to and how.
Okay. Okay, so we're selling competition between the team of salespeople. So, the problem with sales is that it's not nice, normally. If you're selling a product you're not sure about or whatever, and that's the case in many places. For instance, myself, I'm selling razor blades sometimes. So,
this guy, are you an engineer?
no, I'm not.
This guy is the first storyteller. You notice? He starts telling a story. This kind of person, this is the person that each startup team should have. The storyteller. You go to VCs, you go to customers, you go to the bank, you need to have a storyteller. Because if you just go there with the blunt data, well, I have 25,628 users who spent 22 seconds on these pages, then you have the graph here and that because, you take Google and then you can, explain and then, it's a billion digits. Everybody's like, fuck. Because the people outside the startup don't understand the hell you're saying. So the storyteller is the guy who says, now I heard that there's a competition between the salespersons that you're doing. Is it? Oh. Good. Go back to it. There is a good guy. So, each startup, regardless, has to have this team of superstars and everybody has to be good, but you need to have the common elevator pitch thing. You know, this is what we do and how we do and why. And you have to spread it. You have to talk, pitch to each other, to everybody, to your parents, to your mother, to your whatever, sister, boyfriend, cat, neighbor. Pitch. A huge, a big reason why we Finns suck. Because we Finns, we should be scared shitless. Because the way our so-called innovation society works, we're fucked. That's why me and lots of other people voluntarily try to make this place the Life is Good university. We have to be proud of what we do. We have to be proud of failure. We have to be proud of catastrophes. We have to be proud of everything. And we have to... What was the thing that I was talking about?
When we're not. Yeah, about just feeling comfortable with yourself, being yourself and exposing yourself.
And
You need story, elevator pitch.
And Silicon Valley, difference, Otaniemi, that was the point I was trying to make. In Silicon Valley, everybody pitches. The pitch develops, evolves, pitch, and on Monday it's different than on Friday, on Wednesday it's different. It's different when you talk to the banker, it's different when you talk to your fellow entrepreneur. Why? Because you test, you develop yourself. And everybody pitches, the engineers pitch. The engineers pitch amongst each other, you know. They sell their coding capabilities. You know, I've now this new solution. And that is the biggest difference between Silicon Valley and Otaniemi, or Finland. In Finland, everybody is... Well, I have developed this time machine, but I cannot control it by the second, so I will not tell anybody, okay? You have to share the pitch. You have to talk the same language. Lingua franca, the common language of each startup, regardless of position, is the pitch. Okay? What have we learned of all this 1.5 hours almost of my bullshit? And consumers are stupid. How many opportunities did you have to make the first impression? How many times? 1. What was the length of that first impression in the physical world? In the physical world, 30 seconds. The physical world had the cancel button, you know. Oh shit, your skis, you remember I went down, oh my god, the skis were bad, they went broke, take these skis, and you were able to say, yeah. So I rescued the relationship. In the digital world, it's a on-off. You know it, you know. Your service sucks, whatever, crashes, and do the people come back?
Not really.
Bad. So you have to focus on, what was the focus again? What would...
User retention, stickiness.
Yeah. And how to attract the first users, promise something. Promise something that they themselves hold in high value, okay? The ladder of information from data to emotions. Analog and living and digital. These two worlds have to be combined into a 30-second physical interaction with anybody and everybody and an instant on the internet. And you have to get those guys to use the service. You're fucked. Because there's gazillions of people out there who want to do and achieve the same thing. That's why you have to have world-embracing slogans, like the Remember Company. I like that. The Remember Company. The Remember Company. And I'm not telling you anything else than stuff that I've learned the hard way. There's one story that and after this, we break up and I go individually through all of these lockers and sort of like give you some of my ideas. I'm not telling, these are my ideas. This is not a words of wisdom. This is words of experience. I was a sales guy back in '94 when I was representing 3 Finnish software companies building the distribution channels for solid information systems, data fellows who then became F-Secure and Brosco systems. So I moved to the Netherlands to do the sales development, sales channels development for those guys. So I had I was driving around in a car because nobody had money to fly, so I bought this car and I drove around, 250,000 kilometers a year for 3 years and, did shit. Lived in, stayed overnight at 1- and 2-star hotels in Europe and didn't get paid. So it was the luxurious life of a traveling salesman. That's why I have no hair. But I know I can sell. I know I can sell. One of the worst things was that I got this bank, Dresdner Bank, a German bank, as a customer. I showed this product, a beautiful brand of Mac, beautiful product, and they were like, we want to have this product. And we want to have it on OS 2. This was the, there was Windows and there was OS 2 and then there was Windows 3.0 or something. Yeah. The Finnish company, run by a Finnish engineer, had made a decision that we want to develop from the Mac, we go to Windows, because Windows is huge market. Okay? We had 0 international references. We had sales channels and everybody was saying, oh man, excellent, we have this distribution deal, but we would need a reference, It would be good to have a reference customer. Reference customer. This is the most important customer. Reference customer. Okay? Reference customer. In every pitch, every startup pitch, if you don't have a reference customer, how does your pitch end? It ends with the words, we are currently in the process of finding our first international or national reference customer. You wouldn't happen to know anybody? Ask. Ask and you will get. You don't ask anything, you don't get anything except bored, lazy, and bankrupt. Okay? So we had this Finnish engineer who had decided that we do the Windows development. Now Dresdner Bank in Germany, I don't know why, but they had this OS 2 strategy because IBM had sold it to them. And they said, Aape, wir wollen diese Scheiße, wir brauchen die für 350 Rechner, hier bitte die Bestellung, wann könnt ihr liefern? And so they said, we want to have this, start with 350 OS 2 PCs, and here's the order. And I said, we don't have the basic, you can develop. I said, we can develop, it costs you money. Well, we'll pay in advance. I had signed a multinational, multi-billion-dollar reference customer for a Finnish executive information systems company. Okay? 750,000 Deutschmarks, with half of it in advance. Okay? Doesn't it sound like a good thing as a sales guy? The Finnish engineer, managing director, calls me in my hotel, two-star hotel, and shouts, because we had mobiles that worked everywhere, because in Germany, GSM, this was like back in the early days. Shouts in the phone and says, what the fuck have you been selling? We don't have this shit. Go and sell Windows. And I said, well, we don't have Windows. No, but I have decided that we will develop Windows. And I said, well, do we have money to develop Windows? Not yet. Go and sell of the Mac version so we get money to develop the Windows version. I said, well, how about taking this money that is sufficient to develop both the OS 2 and the Windows version and deliver to this customer and get this huge Dresdner Bank as our global fucking reference? He said, no. Okay. So, we didn't deliver. And the company was sold at a low valuation to one of the publicly held corporations here in Finland. Lots of similar stories. Out of Finland, not a single successful startup has ever started. Globally significant startup. MySQL, that was sold for $1 billion, was run by Morten Mikkos. It was Morten, in fact, who sort of like sold the company. I've heard stories, I've read books, you know. It was Morten who sold the company. As a person, he's a good guy. Now, why did Morten take the job at MySQL? How was he regarded in Finland? He was a failure. Why? Because the company he had run before had gone bankrupt.
Not just one.
Not just one. He was a serial entrepreneur. People in Finland, I don't think that he got a bank card in Finland. One thing that you will do, and I hope that you will fail catastrophically, that you will face catastrophes, you will fail. And there's a culture to support failure. Failure has to happen. Pitching needs to be fucked up here in Finland. This is one of the things that we've discussed internally, our more grown entrepreneurs here in Otaniemi and everywhere. We need to pitch to each other. We need to be open and embarrass ourselves in front of each other and not go somewhere in Silicon Valley and make clowns of ourselves. We have to understand that the global promise is always something that has nothing to do with the actual product. Because any technology that you now have and now develop, by the time you're a global success, not a single line of code exists from the original thing. Hopefully not. To have impact, you have to have a clear understanding of what you're selling, to whom, and how do you get your message through. And that the consumer, the digital and the analog consumer, both consumers, make their decision based on wisdom or emotion. Not based on data. Sales and marketing is at the core of each technological innovation that has any future. Because the future of each technology is decided by the people who use it. The users create value to technological platforms. The platform itself has no intrinsic value. Okay? That's why when you're coding, you're doing sales and marketing. Okay? Thank you. And now I will do a short session with each of the teams, and Godspeed.